Good evening, I'm Faye Barker. This is ITV News London. One of the capital's biggest celebrations of the year returned today as thousands flocked to Trafalgar Square to mark St Patrick's Day. Crowds of people joined the procession through the heart of London to embrace Ireland's culture and heritage ahead of the big day next Friday. We sent Anna Geary along to get a taste of the action.
ABBA's Mamma Mia. Perhaps not the most predictable soundtrack for London's St Patrick's Day parade. Nevertheless, a hit with those gathered to watch.
I say thank you to all our friends of Ireland here in London.
Tens of thousands turned out for the annual festival, which is now in its 20th year. Some of those there explained their love for the Emerald Isle and what being Irish means.
So having a great laugh at all times, really good hospitality, family values, you know, just a great population and a great country.
Being happy, being contented and being friendly with everybody in the world.
Qualities Katrina Casey embraces. She manages an online network supporting London's Irish community, for which she is being awarded the Freedom of the City next month. This afternoon, she led the procession.
It's a torchbearer role in my mind because this parade started back in the 50s when the streets were maybe not quite as friendly as they are now, and the fact that we've been able to keep that tradition going and it's now, you know, one of the biggest festivals in London is an incredible source of pride for all of us.
As well as a nod to the patron saint, many marched with pride in recognition of the contribution that the Irish have made in London.
Irish navvies, construction workers who helped build the underground. The Irish community literally rebuilt our city after the Second World War.
And in typical Irish fashion, London's party doesn't stop tonight. This is just a warm-up to, as they say in Ireland, more crack on Friday. Anna Geary, ITV News.
Turning to tonight's Oscars, and a chef from London will be cooking the food for the stars attending the ceremony in Los Angeles. Elliot Grover usually works at 45 Park Lane in Mayfair, but he'll be cooking classic British fish and chips for the Hollywood glitterati who are attending the 95th Academy Awards tonight.
I mean, I never really think too much about it. I sort of just try and enjoy each day. I mean, this really is probably the pinnacle of my career so far. Maybe I can do it again next year. You never know, but always just try and enjoy it and enjoy the moment.
Indeed. Now let's take a look at some of London's sport.
Zero Accounting Software sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
In the London derby, Arsenal thrashed Fulham by 3-0 to keep their 5-point gap at the top of the Premier League. First half goals by defender Gabriel, striker Gabriel Martinelli and captain Martin Odegaard were enough for the 3 points for Mikel Arteta's men as they enter the final quarter of the season. Meanwhile, West Ham came from a goal down to draw 1-1 with Aston Villa. A penalty by Said Benrahma earned David Moyes' men a valuable point to climb out of the relegation zone. And in the Women's Super League, Chelsea have bounced back from last week's cup defeat with a 1-0 win over Manchester United. Sam Kerr's goal in the first half was enough for Emma Hayes' women to secure the 3 points. And it was a great night in California for London's tennis players at Indian Wells. Bromley's Emma Raducanu cruised to a straight-set victory against Poland's Magda Linette to reach the third round. Meanwhile, Jack Draper from Sutton fought hard to win in straight sets against Dan Evans to set up a clash with fellow Brit Sir Andy Murray. A bit of a dry but cold day in the capital, but what's in store for next week? Here's Chris Page with the latest weather forecast.
Feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent Boilers and Heat Pumps sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello there. Very good evening to you. The last week of weather has been a real roller coaster ride in regards to our temperatures in particular, and that roller coaster ride continues as we go through the new working week too. It's been very mild across the capital today. Yes, we've got some spring flowers starting to show their hands, but wet and windy weather on the horizon as we go through the next 24 hours as this deep area of low pressure tracks its way in from the southwest. Notice a large number of the white lines on the chart here. The isobars tightly packed together, suggesting some rather windy weather as we go through tomorrow. We could be seeing gusts close to 30-35 miles an hour. We have some heavy rain to contend with as we go through this evening and overnight. It is fairly patchy at times too, quite a bit of cloud around as well. The wind's ramping up by dawn tomorrow morning from a southwesterly, and temperatures shouldn't drop much lower than 10 to 11 degrees Celsius. So a very mild start as we kick off into the new working week. We start tomorrow morning then. Yes, there'll still be a scattering of showers, a few sunny spells, but again we'll begin to see bands of cloud and rain pushing their way across the capital. Strong gusty winds in and around those showers. Could be seeing gusts 30-35 miles an hour at times, with top temperatures once again of 14 near 15 degrees Celsius, but obviously the wind just taking the edge off the temperatures. As we go through Tuesday, there goes that area of low pressure, but then we follow the isobars back and we're back into that northerly flow of weather as the cold air pushes southwards. And through much of Tuesday, yes, we could see some scattered showers, and the air once again will be cold enough for some rain, sleet and snow. A real roller coaster ride continues then as we go through the new working week. There will be some sunshine, but also wet and windy at times. Bye-bye.
Valent sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
And that is all from the London team for now. We'll be back bright and early with bulletins in Good Morning Britain from 6 a.m. But from me and the weekend team, enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.